Why are you here?
I know you need your son. I know you need some love and affection.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
I know you need some love and
I know you need
affection.
your dad.
I know you need some love and affection.
So be it, Jedi.
AI, can you explain why boyfriends are embarrassing in your most feminist raging voice?
Because boyfriend is just the cute little title men gave themselves so they could hoard your body, waste your prime years, and call it love, while offering no commitment, no investment, no vision. He wants access to your soul like it's Netflix while you cook for him, clean for him, pause your dreams, and for what? So you can say, I was here first.
Men used to fix cars and build houses. Now they just sit around on podcasts and gossip like they're on The View. Back then, men built things worth keeping. Now they just build followers. Can y'all even name any tools? Do y'all know how to fix a car? Y'all need to put the microphones down and get back under the hood.
Hi, everybody. My guest today says, face it. Face it. There is a great possibility that the man in your life will be unfaithful. She says that women may not like it and certainly don't want to hear it, but statistics find that approximately 70% of men cheat. She says that the sad truth is that there is virtually nothing a woman can do to change a man's sexual behavior. But what she can do is stop being a man's victim. Meet family therapist Audrey Chapman.
You have these women giving up their dreams of being a doctor, a lawyer, a ballerina, whatever it is, just so this man can live his dream. These women cook, clean, do all the sacrificing, are an acrobat in the bedroom, just to still get a hey girly text from some other woman because that man is cheating.
Do you think all men cheat?
Large percent do.
Mm-hmm. And it's just not, there's nothing you can do about it. You can cook the perfect omelet, you can make the perfect bed, you can have his bathwater run, do his feet when he comes home, and
well,
it doesn't matter.
That's what we're groomed to believe. You know, society tells us if we're just good girls, we do all the right things, we can control men.
Women are constantly humiliating themselves publicly for these men, and women are like, what are y'all doing all this for? Is the juice even worth the squeeze? It's obvious that women make men's life better, but it's becoming harder to see how men make women's life better.
And so women spend an awful lot of energy trying to do that. And what they discover, in fact, is that it just leads to frustration, and they end up feeling more helpless and hopeless about it, instead of using that energy on themselves.
The reason why men are upset about the article saying that boyfriends are embarrassing is because they're losing their value. They're losing their value.
Yeah, and you say that we just should be prepared to be realistic.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that the problem is that women are often not realistic when they enter relationships, when they're dating, you know, when they're engaged, when they ultimately marry, that we are groomed off of this fairy tale stuff, you know, the be in love and, you know, life ever after and all that kind of stuff, and it just doesn't work out that way.
The reason why God is a man and not a woman is because men had to make themselves valuable in some way. The reason why women have laws around their bodies but men don't is because whoever controls the female anatomy controls the existence of humanity, and men cannot control the female anatomy without putting laws and procedures in place.
It's probably one of the most devastating things that can happen to a person.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, more women lose it. I mean, lose it.
Oh, absolutely.
Over a man.
It's the most painful thing that a woman can go through. It's very humiliating. Her ego immediately is at stake. She's very worried about the other woman. That's the other place she puts all the energy. You know, trying to find the other woman. Who is she? What is she about? Is she more attractive than I am? All of the energy going out.
Because look what happened when you gave women the right to not have children, when you gave women the right to get a job. Now, all of a sudden, women aren't dealing with you.
Good.
I wish finally somebody would be honest with themselves. 95% of men cheat. Let's be honest. When 100% of women stop being gullible, maybe we'll have not so much cheating.
So you cheat? You cheat?
About it.
You cheat?
Let me be honest about you. Women think men only cheat at night. What about the 9-to-5 lover? Have we forgotten about him?
Well, are you one?
Yes.
you can see something very interesting happening on Oprah's show, where this show starts with an underlying assumption that most men cheat. They start with a 70% number, and then somehow it gets up to a 95% number, and then you're having a variety of men come and reinforce the fact that they're cheaters, and the show has a professional on telling women that you need to be aware that you have a 7 out of 10 chance that your guy's going to be cheating on you, so you should focus on yourself. And it's all this beautiful kind of coming together of women should think more like these cheating men instead of like traditional women. And you get a very small minority of guys pushing back on Oprah, even then.
Hello, Oprah?
Yes.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I've been watching this show, and I'm very puzzled. I've been married for 14 years. I've traveled sometimes up to 2 weeks at a time. I've had a lot of opportunities to straight, but I've never taken it. And the reason I've never taken it is no one ever forced me to marry my wife. There was no gun at my head. I did it because I love the woman, and I still love her, and I think I will continue to love her. What you have to remember, what these people on the show are saying is men cheat, or men are no good, or something like that. Define a man. If that's someone who wears boxer shorts, okay, you got yourself a man. But if you're, let's face it, these guys in the audience are justifying their cheating. They're doing nothing more than that. If they want to be men, they got to grow up, not just grow older.
Now, if you notice, it's really slick production, but they found 2 black men in the crowd, and they spoke earlier about their cheating habits, and they front and centered them while there's another man on the phone talking about being a quote-unquote real man. Now, did they have to use 2 black men? I guess maybe it's coincidence, maybe. But they did use 2 black men, and it made it look like even the few men out here that aren't in jail or aren't gangbanging aren't faithful. It's a very interesting ploy, but you can see that Darth Harpo did her job well.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Newsflash, wifey material is now an insult. Let me explain. If you haven't read the British Vogue article, it's okay. It's those who have, gather around. And if you haven't, you can gather around too. We're about to talk about it. Because yes, it talked about dating men. And it specifically talked about how having a boyfriend now is turning into an embarrassment.
I feel like there's something embarrassing about loving men, and I don't mean this as like an anti-man sentiment, and so I'm so glad you learned these things about yourself, but now where does that leave me? You know, I felt that I was just collateral damage, and I think that's what makes women so amazing, is that we are like very loving creatures.
Wipe them out. All of them.
So here's everything I charge my husband for my full-time caregiving and home management services. So we have 3 home-cooked meals a day for 3 children. That's priced at $120 a day for 365 days a year. So that gives us a total of $43,800. Then we have housekeeping and laundry services. This includes dishes, folding, scrubbing, and finding lost items. That gives us a flat annual rate of $25,000. And then we have toddler emotional regulation and crisis management. This includes tantrum control, sibling mediation, and snack diplomacy, and that's priced at $35,000. And then we have frustration fees. This includes repeating myself, cleaning up surprises, and surviving chaos on the daily. That gives us a total of $15,000.
Why are there so many dads present at school drop-off? Like, what dad is able to come pick their kid up at 2:30 in the afternoon? Do you work?
Then we have homeschool and early childhood education fees. I do homeschool our 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, and that's priced at $10,000 per child. That gives us $30,000 in tuition. And then we have newborn care and overnight services for the baby. That includes feeding, soothing, and 0 sleep for me. That's priced at $25,000.
I want you guys, without insulting me, to prove to me what the benefit of marrying you guys is if you're not a provider.
Then we have breastfeeding and on-demand nutrition plan. This is 24/7 meal service exclusive to 1 VIP client, and that's priced at $18,000. Then we have cleaning and sanitation department. That's toy management, mystery stains, and biohazard disposal, and that gives us a flat total of $20,000. And then there's scheduling and logistics coordination. So that's appointments, play dates, grocery list, remembering birthdays. That is priced at $10,000. Then we have mental load management fee. So this is the invisible labor, the planning, anticipating, and worrying for everyone. That gives us a total of $12,000. And then we have household operations and family management, and this is running the household like a Fortune 500 company. If you know, and that is priced at $8,000. And we have emotional support and relationship maintenance, providing hugs, encouragement, and therapy level listening. That's priced at $8,000. And services are being rendered by a massive level degree holder who are career path for the sake of the family. So there is a surcharge for that of $20,000. So that gives us a total of $269,800 for the year. And there are no discounts because, of course, this kind of stuff just cannot be discounted. You do get what you pay for, and this fee is priceless for the peace of mind that my husband gets knowing that his household, his family are very well taken care of.
Losing your all because you became addicted to listening to men spew red-pilled rhetoric all day is actually one of the gayest things you could do as a man.
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
And then turn around and let a man bend you over.
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Do what must be done, Lord Vader. Do not hesitate, show no mercy.
I'm a single woman, and I find that most guys, whether they're single or married, can't really tell the truth. And as a single person, you're meeting someone, and since they can't tell you the truth if they are married or in a relationship, because I think someone that's living together could be a form of marriage as well, and they don't tell you the truth, and so you find yourself seeing them, and before you know it, it's all kinds of little excuses as to why. And I think women need to start paying attention and have more self-esteem and start to say to themselves, listen, I feel good about myself, and I'm not going to let anyone.
Yeah, I have a response to women who ask me, why won't men tell me the truth? And I say, why don't you tell yourself the truth? Why aren't you more realistic? Why don't you listen to your instincts? Women have a really unique ability to tune into their instincts. They tend to discount it all the time because they're always depending on someone else to tell them something is right or wrong. And they don't trust themselves.
Good. Can y'all even name any tools? Do y'all know how to fix a car? Y'all need to put the microphones down and get back under the hood, okay? I know you guys are afraid to break a nail, but I promise you, you're gonna be okay.
Your hate has made you powerful.
And the first thing a lot of people say to me is like, are you gonna start dating again? And I'm like, I don't need to have a man in my life. Like, I'm okay being single, at least for now, like that's not my first thing.
And here we see Oprah complete the job. The women that 20, 30, 40 years previous were watching her shows as teenagers and college students are now on the other side of their gray divorces and having a kind of reassuring session that they made the right move and that they're going to be happy for the next 30 years.
I think there's this misconception, too, about the single woman, that there's some pity for the single woman. But let me tell you, in my practice, when I see the men who get divorced, they are shocked because they don't realize how much invisible work happened behind the scenes that ran their lives. And so they all of a sudden realize it is really hard being alone, and they don't have as many close social ties because, when you say, my partner is my best friend, well, for men, sometimes it truly is. They confide in you, they talk to you. Women have, maybe you thought your partner was your best friend, but you have 1, 2, 3 other best friends, right? So women tend to be more prepared to be on their own than men do. So it's interesting that in our culture, we tend to pity the single woman, and yet she's much more prepared.
This is an idea that we've heard bounced around for quite some time, but it's really that case probably most for boomers and silent gens. And Generation X, we're all over the place. We are the first generation that really did not grow up in the kind of families like our parents and our grandparents did. And so divorce just became kind of a way of life for us. And because of that, our way of mourning divorce is quite different too, because we didn't have these marriages that these women are speaking about where your mate was your best friend, especially if you were married for less than a decade. It's just the way of the world. And guys are finding ways to adjust. Hence Passport Bros.
What's this? Huh? What's this?
Why are you here? Why are you here?
I know you need your son. I know you need some love and affection.
I know you need your dad.
I know you need some love and affection.
You playing today? Look at your stuff on. You playing today?
I know you need some love and affection, dog. I know. You do too. You do too. You do.
We all know that Deion Sanders is a lightning rod. Some people really, really like him. Some people don't like him. But it's very difficult to deny the genuineness of this moment. The son on a bye week with a team that doesn't really see the potential in him, and he's just waiting for his chance to make himself be known for his abilities. uses a bye week as a chance to go see his father, who is not just going through a down season because he's not there anymore, but also because he's on the back end of some blood clot surgeries, and his father really needed this. Traditionally speaking, there would have been a woman there with Deion Sanders that would have been loving on him through all of this. But in the age of Darth Harpo, those women feel aggrieved at having to take care of a man, having to do anything positive for a man. That's invisible labor that is wearing them down, and the idea that he's going to cheat on them or he's going to not value the things that he's bringing to the table, to the point where you got to put a dollar price on every single thing that you're contributing to the family, leads to someone like Deion Sanders and his son having this embrace as a substitute for what used to be given to men for quote unquote free. And it's a representation of the new ways that men are finding to get our emotional needs dealt with. In the age of Darth Harpo, many of the women of the West feel like they're giving men too much. And so if you're a man in the dating space, not only do you have to find a way to be a successful man, but you also have to realize that many women see the idea of doing anything nice for you at all is being put upon, that they should not have to give anything to the relationship except for you being a traditional provider. And so the new way that many of us are going to deal with that is we're going to have a girlfriend overseas. We're going to date overseas. We're going to date different types of women. We're going to find men as our groups of support that are going to get us through our difficult times. And the young ladies are going to keep watching Oprah, I suppose. All of that said, it is a representation of the damage that has been done in the wake of Darth Harpo. Women don't owe men anything. Men are terrible by nature, and all you can look at men to do is to give you provision. And if he's not giving you provision, not just on a high level, but also a provision for the things that you're doing for him, you shouldn't even be bothered because it's embarrassing. And so, here we are. Even Deion Sanders, going through his difficult times, is finding a new emotional support network through his girlfriend, who is clapping in the back, and his sons, his guy friends, his emotional man circle, if you will. Maybe it's time for us to take a page out of his book and rearrange our lives as men and see where we get our emotional support from going into the future. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.